Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth and continually teach us this truth. And peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect that's laboring in this word and true sincerity. Lord willing, this could be an edifying lesson, and it's not going to be a long lesson. The title is going to be somewhere along the lines of Walk More in Wisdom. All right, because as I'm getting ready to read, Satan, he's always working. All right, he's always looking for a chance to bring brothers down, whether it be, get you locked up or, get you in a position to where you can't teach this word. And, it's certain things that we can do to avoid escalation and problems. Apostle Tahari made a beautiful point, about not being out when it's late, because spirits be out here, and there's no reason a brother should be, out at, walking the block at 1 a.m, 2 a.m. It be spirits out, man, crackheads, all type of demons. And these people got demons on them, man. And we have that wisdom. We have that understanding that, these people got spirits on them. That's why they do things that they do, And, we were speaking, as brothers, we have a holy chat every Thursday. Brothers were just giving their different testimonies on how at the work, people, will target you for no reason. And ultimately what it is because, they got demons on them. All right, Satan, he can work through your co-worker. He can work through your woman. He can work through your kids. He can work through anybody to try to get you to get carnal. And, at times it's not easy. It's easier said than done. But, we just gotta, walk more in wisdom, especially, during Jacob's trouble. Because, one wrong move could get you out of there, which ultimately the Lord is going to, be with his servants, guide his servants, but, just making a point. So this is 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. It says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. So we have to be aware, man. We have to be circumspect. Brothers were saying how, one brother said that, he went to a gas station one day and there was a bunch of niggas out there. So he just drove off and went to another gas station. And that's wise. That's wise, man. I try to avoid niggas, man. You go to a liquor store or whatever, and you see a bunch of dreadhead niggas out there. Hey, it's best to just go to another one, man. You go to a gas station, there's a bunch of niggas just standing out there circled around. It's best to just go to the next store because I was doing a job. This is at my old job. And this Jake, he was telling me how a guy he went to prison because he was a truck driver and he was with his girl in the truck at some store, he said. And he said it was a group of niggas out there. And he said that something told his friend to take his gun with him. So he had took his gun with him and he went in the store. And he said that when he was going in the store, one of the guys was like, hey, man, I'm going to need some money. And the guy was like, he ain't got no money because they were looking at him because, he a truck driver. And he said that when he was leaving the store, one of the guys ran up on him with like a machete in his hand and was like, yo, man, I'm going to need some money. And he said that his friend, he didn't mean to shoot him. He wanted to shoot to scare him off, but he ended up shooting the guy. And he ended up going to prison for that, which I didn't understand that because, that was self-defense. But, long story short, he went to prison for that. Now he could have avoided that had he observed, his surrounding, and just went somewhere else. Which, it's times where you may not be as observant as you should. But, speaking of myself first and foremost, it's something that we got to work on, man. We got to be more sober, more alert, because Satan is out here. He's out here, man, trying to get brothers. All right, I'm going to read it in the NLT. It says, stay alert. Watch out for your great enemy, the devil. He prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. And that's all Satan does, man. That's all he does, man. What did he say to the Most High when the Most High asked him in the book of Job? He said, whence comest thou? He said, from walking to and fro in the earth. So Satan is out here, man. And that's why, once again, we got to be more circumspect. A brother shared a situation that happened to him, which, it wasn't his fault. He was just sitting in the car, but a guy came out of nowhere and just opened his door, man. And I remember he told me one time, when you pull up in your driveway, just go, don't be sitting out there, man, because there's been instances of people sitting in their car and a guy come up on them and blow their brains out. Man, it happened at a Goodwill out here. A guy was sitting in the parking lot. A guy came out of nowhere, blew his brains out, man. So we just got to be aware of our surroundings. Gotta walk in wisdom, man. The water Yahweh Shemal Shah, he moved me to a better location. I used to live, in the hood, man, around straight niggas. Niggas out there, smoking weed, niggas, blasting music all night. I lived in between two drug dealers, man. Had a drug dealer on my right and a drug dealer on my left. So, I would stay in the house. I wouldn't be outside like that, unless I was on the grill or, sitting on my back porch. But, it's just certain measures we can take to try to avoid, dealing with these demons, man. Because once again, these people are walking demons. All right. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 28. For the Most High loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom, and he has given wisdom to his servants, the prophets, man. All right. That's why wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of thy times, because we know why these things are happening, and we have the understanding that the Lord Yahweh Bashem Shah is responsible for it, and we know nothing can happen unless he allows it. Yahweh Shah said a sparrow doesn't die unless your father sanctions it. But we still don't want to, if we sense danger, we don't want to put ourselves in a position where something can happen. Like, if a store is getting robbed, you're not going to walk in that motherfucker and be like, well, I believe on the Lord, Hey, the Lord ain't going to allow nothing to happen. Hey, that's tempting the Lord, man. Why would you do something foolish like that? Not saying that a brother would do that, but just making a point. That's not wise for you to do. Is people in this store robbing it. Why would you walk in there? That's like you walking into a pit of fire. You see the danger, but you just walking in it anyway. So, just certain things that, once again, certain steps we could take. And I'm speaking on myself first and foremost. This is something that just hit me, and, Lord willing, I apply this more to myself, being more circumspect of my surroundings, because I'm not a very circumspect brother, and I can admit that. And that's why I'm saying that's something I need to work on, because there's been times, man, I could have got knocked the fuck out and I wouldn't even have saw it coming. Times I was out, drinking at bars. I'm lucky I had a brother there, that was circumspect, that, he pretty much, solved the situation for me. One situation in particular I'm thinking about, I was so drunk, which you shouldn't be getting blacked out drunk at these bars, which I don't even go to these bars no more, because it's always problems. The last few times I went, man, it was always issues, and it was always over a woman, because guys will see you talking to a woman, and of course you're not gonna go up and talk to a woman that's with a man. I would, talk to women that were by themselves. I would ask them, are they married or whatever. But it'd be demons in there, man, dudes in there that get jealous because they ain't got the balls to talk to women. You got guys that they'll try to use that to get with a woman. They'll see you talking to a woman, then they want to go up and talk to her. Or they want to go up and try to, go up and disrespect you to try to win her over. That's why, it's best to just avoid these bars, man. Our apostles told us that, but, as a young man, certain things we do. But, going back to that situation, man, the brother was circumspect. I was too drunk, and I was on the dance floor turning up, and I ain't even know it was some niggas there, and I stepped on the guy's shoe. I ain't even know. And they was pretty much about to press me, but the brother stepped in, and I ain't even know none of this until after the fact, until he broke it down to me, which I did see when the bar was closing. They walked out, and one of the guys had said some slick shit as he was walking by, but that's why we shouldn't, once again, put ourselves in situations like that. So now I don't even go to these bars anymore, and if I did, I wouldn't want to get blacked out drunk. So we got to walk more in wisdom, all right? Because the scriptures say, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And that's happening now, but it's going to amplify during Jacob's trouble, man, during hyperinflation, when the economy crashed. So, like I said, not a long video, just something I want to push out there. Once again, beginning with myself first and foremost. I want to apply this to myself. Being more circumspect, man. Being more aware of my surroundings. And also, having more rule over our spirit. Not being emotional and easily triggered. Apostle Gabar, he did a video where he broke down how he controlled his emotions. When a demon, he once again, that's why we gotta be circumspect and walk in wisdom, man, because these demons are out here. It wasn't even his fault though. He was getting ready to exercise, I believe, and a demon just pulled up beside him. You know how these niggas is, man. And he said, "Yo, man, you good?" And the guy was just staring at him, and he said he didn't take his eyes off of him, and I believe he said the guy drove off. But he broke down how he pretty much he ruled his spirit at that moment. He didn't get emotional. Hey, man, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Get out the car, man. You almost fucking hit me, man. Because being in that spirit will lead to confrontation. The scriptures say a soft answer turneth away wrath, and I've experienced that many of times, man. People be on some rah-rah shit, and you answer them in a soft-spoken response. They can't even really be on that shit no more. That catch them off guard. I've experienced that, man. There's one job I was working with a demon. This nigga would always talk shit. I'll see him from a distance talking shit, pointing at me and shit. Of course, there's certain things you shouldn't take as a man. It was certain things I could have did, but I was in a position where they all would have came against me if I was on some shit like that. So I took a lot of shit on the chin, just put curses on them, and it was a lot of times I gave a soft answer, man. Which turneth away wrath. But once again, we just want to walk more in wisdom. So, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.